Hey guys, I just finished up under here and I don't want to go back up and get back down and shoot a video, so I'm going to show you while I'm here. So these are the fans. This is the wiring. Positive and negative comes from each fan. And I put a zip tie here to the shroud, to the cage here that you protect your fingers from getting in there. This will hold the wire. Come down here. These clips kind of pull apart easy, so I made a little lock for it with little micro zip ties. Kind of cool trick. It's not important that they have to come apart easily. I'd rather them stay together. Now these two yellow connections are the ground. I sanded the metal down where this mount goes for this plastic hose. And there's a little loop here like I showed you earlier. So those are the grounds for the fan. Easy as pie. Just put them right there. Cut the lines. And then come down from this one. And then we jump in together on a piggyback ride. Both power lines get crimped together. I use a factory mount here. It's tucked behind here. Nothing's going to rub. Up top, going to the relay. Here's a jumper. I'm going to set you guys up here for a quick test, but let me show you the relay. You can see it down in here. I got no light. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, we got power now. Got lights, power, action. See that black box down there? That's the relay. 4 wires come from that. The wires that feed the red feed the fan. The orange is your switch going to the interior of the car. So I kind of tried to route it neatly into this wire loom back into the car. And then there's a power over there that's constant. So it always gives 12 volts to this relay when it's hooked up. But the only thing that makes the relay is the switch, which is on the intake manifold there. Now, I'm going to grab my keys out of my pocket. And we're going to turn this key over. And this is going to activate the ignition circuit, which is what I had to look for on a power wire. So not that, but once that goes on there, not starting, just engaged. This is old school. I'm going to set you guys up right here. It's kind of crooked, but don't move. Nobody move. I'm going to give this fan, or these dual fans, a ground by going to this intake manifold bolt and right to the sender. So I'm grounding the sender out to test it. And the fans. Don't try that at home. That's not a recommended testing method, but I did it. Don't tell nobody. So it's nice and neat. Everything I'm doing, I'm trying to do neater than what's here, and I'm going around, I'm cleaning up stuff. I mean, look, I dressed this all up over here. It's getting better. Under here. Oh, it's so hard to see. There we go. Looks like a lot of hubbub, but at least it's not going all over the place, and everything's mounted tight to something. I made the lower bracket for the trans-cooler lines. Those are the ones you see with the band clamps. And then the 2 black hoses that look like those are wires. That's my positive and negative, and then my fuel line. But everything's out of the way. Nothing's rested on the suspension. Nothing's rested on the motor. Nothing's rested on the headers. It's finally all neat. I'm very happy. Nothing's leaking. Nothing's creaking. This is your hookup for your overflow. Installed. Oh, I need a little... I don't like that. I got to put something on there. This is not a port for the sender. I thought for a second there that would be a port for the sender that you could plug in directly to the radiator. I might have mentioned that in another video, but that is not. I got yelled at by the manufacturer. He goes, everybody thinks that. That's not it. That's for some heat exchange return thing or LS style. So don't hook things to this. This is a O-ring in here. I put a little pipe dope on it, and then I put the O-ring back just for good measure because I see that being a leak point. So if not, I'm going to get a plug. But that is a plug, but I don't know why it's got an O-ring on it. I don't like O-rings because you tighten them too much and they crush and they go bad. But that's the deal. I mean, we're ready to fire this thing up. I got to fill it up with antifreeze. I got to check for leaks. And maybe the next video you'll hear this thing. I got to do a couple things here. Got to cut this down, neaten this up. I'm going to go out and I'm going to get better connectors here. They make ones with two 10-gauge wires that I could hook directly instead of doing this piggyback bolt down scenario. I don't like that. And I like red and black cables instead of just gray and black cables. You know, I know what it is, but somebody else down the road might not know what it is. You know, there's a lot to do on this car to get it to be where I want it, but this is going to make it cruisable and not boozable. Don't drink and drive, but cruisable. 5 minutes in, guys. I'm going to tighten down that overflow. I'm going to fill up the antifreeze. I'm going to go take a nap. Just kidding. All right, see you.